another edition of Respect the Craft. This is episode number 284, and I'm joined here by a very, very special guest as we continue all things Three Legacies Week here, as I'm joined by AEW referee, Mr. Bryce Remsburg. What's going on, man? How are you?
I'm well. How are you, Ray?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. A lot better now that I'm speaking here with you. But I don't want to waste any more time here. I want to go into the question I ask everyone that starts up here. And that is, you heard the name of the podcast. It's called Respect the Craft. So for you, when you hear that term, the craft, what does that mean to you?
Oh man, the craft I think intimates that it's a type of art, I suppose, because I think of arts and crafts. So I do think that wrestling is art, and there's a lot of nuances that people don't think about it in that. And a craft is also something you take pride in, you take seriously. And I definitely take, especially now that wrestling is my job, I take it very seriously. I take pride in. I think that's interesting. That's an interesting question.
Thank you. Much appreciated. No, it's always what I like to look at it, just to look at wrestling deeper into it, look into the art form that it is, and just give that perspective and give the respect that it deserves, especially for those that have paved the way and those that continue to do it, like yourself in your role as a referee. Which leads me to my next question here: was the referee position always what you were interested in getting into the business, or was there a chance of us seeing Bryce Remsburg in the squared circle?
I'm fragile emotionally and physically. I'm a bit of a wuss, not an incredible athlete. So refereeing, the idea of getting to do all the traveling and go to all the events and have a better seat in the front row was very appealing to me. So I definitely kind of bumped around and learned the ropes when I started, but that was 22 years ago. So I think those skills are in me somewhere, but I'm very happy as a referee.
Got you. Now and again, like I had Larry Peace on this week as well.
Oh yeah, Lancaster County legend.
Yep, and I give you guys again I can give you guys as much flowers as I can, because truly I feel like the art of a referee is also very it's very crucial when it comes to wrestling. It's a part that not many look at, of just how much that is a part of the narrative and part of the story that comes with a match.
That's great. Yeah, no, I appreciate that. That's especially as a TV referee, there's a lot more to it than a lot of people understand. A lot of kind of conducting the orchestra and time cues and a lot of moves. So yeah, that's that. I appreciate you saying that.
No, I can only imagine, again, especially at that level, to have to again go at everything at a very stricter level than everything we do on any show as well. So again, I commend you and give you as much respect as I can here. But as we continue this, because again, especially again for that level that you've been brought in for a very, very important assignment when it comes to the Red Rose Rumble, brought in by none other than your sister, who has been helping the commission here. She's not too liked, unfortunately, at Three Legacies Wrestling. But
I'm a bit out of the loop. I'm going to be honest with you. I've only heard bits and pieces locally, so it seems like I have some catching up to do on Saturday.
Yeah, unfortunately, she is not the most liked at Three Legacies, and she is instructed for you to be the special guest referee for this huge championship match to main event the Red Rose Rumble 2 event. It will be the 3LW Heavyweight Championship on the line as JS Hawthorne defends against Bro Keller here. Bryce, well, I have to straight up ask you, because I mentioned it yesterday with Hawthorne. I'll be bringing it up again with Bro. What is your take on this? I know you like you said, you're a little bit out of the loop, but when it comes to a matchup like this, will we see it truly called down the middle this Saturday at Red Rose Rumble?
Oh, I would have it no other way. I've remained impartial my whole career, and I am very honored to be a part of this assignment. I have been going to Stormers games with my kids for years. We live in Lancaster, can walk to the stadium literally, and to have the honor of the heavyweight championship match, the main event, I'm looking forward to it. I don't know J.S. Hawthorne very well, but I've been a fan of Bro Keller's work for a while. He's my neighbor as well in Lancaster City. So I'm pumped for this. I think it's going to be a great night, and I almost feel guilty coming in and doing the main event like this, but I am honored for the assignment. It will be impartial. I'll see if I can catch up on what's going on, but I see no reason why this won't be called perfectly down the middle.
Got you. Now, again, I have to ask, because that is something the Three Legacies faithful have been looking at, just to see, because like I said, unfortunately, again, you have to catch up. Your sister's been doing a little bit of she's been putting her hands a lot in these championship matches as of late. So I think they were a little worried seeing you come in that you might be swayed to a certain side of one JS Hawthorne.
Interesting. Yeah, no, as of this exact moment, all I can tell you is what I know, and I don't foresee any of that happening on my end. I'm honored to be a part of the assignment. I've known my sister longer than anyone else. Literally, I've known her since the day she was born. So I see no, I have no, I have no expectations of foul play. I'd like to see a good heavyweight title match. It's their biggest event of the year, the biggest match of the biggest event of the year, and I wouldn't want to see anything, any hijinks or any no goodery in it.
Got you. No, definitely again. But as we continue here, I now have to ask you a little bit of a more loaded question as we ask here on the podcast, and that is from again referee standpoint here for yourself. What would you say is a match or matches that you would say define your career as a referee so far?
Oh my gosh, I'm just the accessory. A few years ago, about 5 years ago, I refereed a match between two invisible people that people seem to enjoy. It was very silly, a little strange, but everywhere I go, it seems to follow me. But as far as visible people, human beings that you can touch and see, I refereed a Iron Man match between MJF and Bryan Danielson at Revolution 2023 in San Francisco, and ended up going 65 minutes. It's the longest match in AEW history, and one of the longest matches I've ever refereed. I was really, really proud to be a part of it. MJF is not a personal favorite, but he's an incredible wrestler. Bryan Danielson's one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. So it was a real honor being the third man and along with those guys and hanging with them for 65 minutes.
No, definitely. So
I also,
again,
I would have to mention Adam Cole versus MJF at Wembley Stadium last year. I took a Panama Sunrise in front of 80,000 people, which is not something I ever thought I'd be able to say. So that's definitely something that hopefully it can be shown on the highlight reel of my funeral in many, many, many years.
That's what we're hoping for it to be again, career-wise to be very long away of being close to being over here. That's why I say so far, because again, moments can continue. We are weeks away from the next Wembley event as well, so you never know what could happen. So
yes,
that
sir.
does lead me to ask you here, how's it been to be on that level, especially at All Elite Wrestling? How's that been your career so far here?
It's hard to describe. I feel like I had my bachelor's degree after 17 years in the Indies, and now I'm getting my my master's degree here in AEW. I learn something every week. There's so many great minds, so many great people here, just so much that I can take from all of them. I'm just incredibly, incredibly fortunate to be here and to be a part of this and to be around these things and to go the places I go, and being able to quit my job and become a full-time pro wrestling referee is just an incredible, amazing feeling. So I'm very, very fortunate. And I hope it doesn't need to end anytime soon, because I don't want to look for another job for the rest of my life.
Got you. No. And again, it's definitely one of the favorites here on the show, and many that I've spoken to were very psyched to see this interview happening. So again, I thank you so much.
Great. No, I'm a Lancaster County boy. I'm very much looking forward to it. I grew up in the 717 in Palmyra, moved to Philly and moved back to Lancaster, lived there with my sons and my wife, my dog. I'm so excited for such a high profile indie event to be right here in town. Hopefully it's the first of many. One time helped organize a Chikara event at Telus 360. I've seen Kaiju at Telus 360, but nothing quite the size of the Red Rose Rumble. So I'm so excited to be a part of it. I've been by the Three Legacies school a couple times. It's just great to have such reputable high-profile wrestling in our little tiny city. So will I see you on Saturday, Ray?
I unfortunately will not be able to make it this weekend. That's been asked every episode I do. Unfortunately, I will not be able to make it, but I definitely will be making it down very soon to Three Legacies.
You'll be there in spirit.
Definitely so. But I did want to ask that, how did that relationship come about with you and Three Legacies with Jesus Ricardo Rodriguez?
I've actually known Jesus for quite a while. Actually, he used to kind of be around the smaller lucha-based independents in maybe 2010 or 11, and then I heard what he was doing around town. I wanted to stop by and check out the school. He let my kids and my nephew come roll around and hang out at the school, and I also do appearances through JB Toys, and they're having me meet and greet on Saturday. So he kind of introduced me to Ricardo. It all kind of happened, this big show in this little city. I'm very, very excited to be a part of it. And I'm excited to see what Three Legacies can do next, what they do with recovery and addiction. I think it's great. And they're bringing a lot of great names, and I think it's going to be a great night, even without you, Ray.
Definitely so. Definitely so. Again, guys, if you haven't already, make sure you get those tickets and stay up to date with all things Three Legacies Wrestling. But Bryce, before we let you go here, one final question for you, and that is for yourself. What is the end goal, brother?
Oh man. I guess happiness. That's a big one. But under professional happiness balanced with personal happiness, and fulfillment. Feeling like I did all I could every time I had a chance to. I think that's a lot of what I hope. Speaking of legacies, I only have one legacy, not three. But I'm hoping that you know people remember me fondly and not roll their eyes and make gacky noises when people say my name in 50 years.
No, definitely so. There you go. And again, guys, we want to remind everyone to follow Three Legacies Wrestling on all their social media right there. Follow them on the links in the description down below, but also follow Bryce on his social media right there. The Bryce is often right on Instagram, which led me to ask this. I want to ask, so the often right on Instagram, but then Bryce is right on X.
Well, I got those a couple years apart. My batting average had fallen. When I signed up for Twitter X, I was right all the time. But when Instagram came around, I've only sometimes right. So I'm try my best.
There you go. There you go. See, you got to make sure you're not false advertising. That's all.
That's right.
Again,
that's right. That's right.
Be there this weekend. See Bryce again, calling the match down the middle right there.
That's right, Daddy.
Again, this is what we're hoping for. This is what we're hoping for. But Bryce, thank you again so much, and everyone watching. We'll see you guys back here at 7:00 as I'll be joined by the current reigning and defending Three Legacy Wrestling World Tag Team Champions, Dog Nation. I will see you guys as we continue Three Legacies Week. Don't forget to be wise, be genuine, be real, be better people, respect the craft, and we'll see you guys on the next.